perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again another day committed to being your consumer advocate. It's all about you, our radio and TV show family out there, helping you win, helping you understand your buying decisions and making you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show every day. We're helping you win in any marketplace. That's our number one goal. And we do that by interviewing the best. We have 80 different categories, 50-plus show partners. We're bringing in all types of great home services, expert contributors, we call them, legal analysts as well from the legal fields, CPAs, financial advisors, great partners of the show, expert contributors that are going to talk to you about different caveats. Each industry has its known and unknowns, these little areas that could cost you thousands of dollars if you're not aware of certain situations. And we're going to help you understand those and more here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, the Consumer Quarterback Show page out there as well on Facebook, the Consumer Quarterback Show page, and we would love to connect with you. You can hit us up on the website, consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com, and we're going to help you understand your buying decisions in the real estate space as well. And save our hotline, 813-670-7372. 813-670-7372. Hit us up on the hotline. Call, text, however you'd like to prefer to be contacted. We'll put you right in touch with our expert contributors here on the show. We got a great lineup for you today. We got our friend Julien Borbon as well, Children's Cancer Center, going to be joining us via the phone. We got Johnny in the house as well, Johnny with Falkenburg Productions. Say what's up, man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What are you going to talk about, a little marketing?
Talk about a little marketing. Talk about Parler, I think, would be interesting.
Yeah.
And the move from Facebook and Twitter to Parler as a social media platform.
As well as Chuck Peterson coming in as well, Suncoast Roofing, longtime friend of the program. Chuck's going to talk about all kinds of things happening in that space and, 4 points, different ways to get maybe some discounts on your roofing. And they have all the best roofing products as well, whether you're looking at a shingled roof, one of the most popular, most cost-effective. You got the aluminum and the metal roofs, and then also the clay roofs as well, the tile roof that you find as well. So great lineup for you today on the show. Feel-good story of the day as well. Michael Jordan, remember the old basketball player, one of the greats, donates $2 million from The Last Dance. This is a great documentary that was out to feed America's hungry. So feel-good story of the day. And this segment is brought to you by one of our sponsors, Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning. Jade does a great job cleaning our real estate properties, and we highly recommend. It's so wonderful when you support our show partners, our expert contributors. You're supporting the Salem media family here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning. Let her clean the home. You don't need to do that. Focus on the holidays. Focus on those dinners and the loved ones, and allow Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning to do the cleaning. She does a great job cleaning our real estate properties. Check them out online. They're on Facebook as well. Jade's Premium Quality Cleaning. Make sure you let her know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take her up on those special offers and incentives. And as you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We're going to help you win in your real estate deals, whether you're buying, selling, or investing. We got a couple of hot properties here in Tampa Bay that we'd like to talk to you about. 6128 Oak Ridge Avenue in Newport, Richie. This one is a acre lot, a huge lot right on the waterfront. You're talking river access right on the river as well. It's a full acre, 4131 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, and it has water bay access. You can literally drive your boat out into the Gulf and go fishing. Enjoy the day out there. And the property address is 6128 Oak Ridge Avenue, Newport, Richie. A great property for sale. Compliments of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Also, 1010 Bay Esplanade. This is one of my favorite listings right now on Clearwater Beach. This property, I believe it's in the 600 price range. This property is on the north side of Clearwater Beach. You're on Millionaires Row. You're surrounded by millionaires. Hulk Hogan has a house on the beach there. Check it out. 3151 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage, and you got a 3rd-story sun deck, which is really cool. You got Gulf views, intercoastal waterway views from the sun deck at 1010 Bay Esplanade, Clearwater Beach. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Check us out at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And over the years, we've kind of selected a few nonprofits, charitable organizations to kind of work with and zero in on and help support. Children's Cancer Center has been one of those. And we've got Julien Borbon calling in from the Children's Cancer Center. Hey, Julien.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us on.
Hey, my pleasure, my friend. Tell us a little bit about what's happening. I know you got Christmas cards out at Publix. That makes this nice and convenient for people as they're grocery shopping. Buy some Christmas cards.
We do. It's an amazing campaign that we've had for almost 40 years, a great relationship we have with Publix. We're in 142 different stores across Tampa Bay and the Sarasota area. And you can pick up one of our cards designed by our own kids here in Tampa. And you're able to buy a pack of cards. You're also able to customize cards on our website, which is ccholidaycards.com. You can purchase them and customize inside messages, return envelopes, etc.
Oh, that's a cool idea, ccholidaycards.com. So you give a card to a loved one, they know that it benefited a great charitable organization, nonprofit organization here in Tampa Bay.
Exactly, yeah, and the kids love it. It's such a fun project for them. They send in their artwork submission. We have a whole judging team that judges anonymously all of the drawings, and they win prizes if they get featured. It's become a really fun event that we do at the center with all of our kids.
I love that. That's awesome. And Children's Cancer Center, unfortunately, COVID-19, of course, kind of came out of nowhere this year, the black swan effect, they call it, something that we didn't see coming. But it's hurt a lot of organizations, and especially nonprofits, because a lot of your fundraising events were these cool, either indoor, outdoor events. You're bringing a lot of people together. I remember the gelatin plunge was super cool. We slid down into the gelatin plunge pool, and I was an MC for the Wine, Women, and Shoes event one year. I mean, so it really, talk about the effect of having to pivot and how you guys have changed your strategy there.
Oh, absolutely. I think nonprofits are one of the hardest hit industries along with the hospitality industry during COVID, and we've had to really rethink our fundraising events and rethink the way we raise money in general. I think we were very heavily focused on special events, as a lot of nonprofits are. I think our special event budget is 40% of our overall yearly budget. So it's a big number. And so unfortunately, a lot of our events have had to be postponed due to COVID. So we've really come up with some ideas of putting on outside COVID compliant smaller events, and then also really reaching out to a lot of our big sponsors, donors, supporters to be able to let them know, cancer has not taken a stop during COVID, and we need their support now more than ever. So, we're really, really pushing for new ideas and new campaigns and hoping that the people that can help are still going to be able to continue supporting us.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got some great organizations out there. I know Casper's comes to mind. You got some great organizations that have been one of those consistent. They've been there consistently. Tell us about some of your sponsors that have been there consistently for you over the years.
We have so many sponsors. We've been so fortunate in this community. I think, the great thing about Tampa is such a close-knit community we have here. People really do support each other. And so we've had some amazing sponsors that have been here for years and years. Casper's is a great example. So is the Covelli family, the Panera franchisees, and there's a list that goes on of people that are here to help us. You actually can go to our website at childrenscancercenter.org, and you can see all of our partners that are listed there, all the people that support us year-round. We encourage everyone to go on our website. There's so many ways to get involved, whether you're picking up a pack of holiday cards at Publix, or you're coming to volunteer for something, or you're just making a simple donation. There are so many ways to get involved, and we're hopeful that the community can really help us through this holiday season.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about that. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Julien Borbon. He's representing the Children's Cancer Center right here in Tampa Bay. The nonprofits definitely need help here in Tampa Bay. What specifically is maybe a call to action, somebody that's listening and they're kind of touched right now? How can they get involved?
Well, you know what? We have a great campaign right now for our holiday adoption program. It's one of our largest programs every year. We adopt families that are not able to, not only not able to afford Christmas gifts, but a lot of them are isolated in hospitals, and now during COVID more than ever. Yeah. So they're not even able to get to the store. It's not their priority. They're not able to health-wise, etc. So we adopt the families in their wish list. And every year, last year we adopted, I think it was 600 people that were fully adopted by us. We are accepting families right now We have a lot of sponsors that have been so gracious in coming back this year, but we have some that haven't been able to. And so a great call to action, if you're feeling like you want to give back during this holiday season, if you go to our website, you can find our contact information there. You can send us an email, call any of us on our staff. And we have an amazing program where you can pick the amount of families you can sponsor, and it's in increments. So a 2-person family will cost you this much. A 4-person family will cost you this much. And you can do either writing a check. If you want it to be simple, you might not have the time to do all of this, or we'll send you an actual list and you can go out and shop on your own. It's a great thing to do with your family, with your business and your employees, just a great team build. And then you can drop it off at the center and we'll pass that along to our families.
Very cool. And by the way, the center is located right here, convenient, close to our radio station where we're broadcasting from. You're right around the corner on Cypress.
Correct. Yep.
Very cool. So there's some options there, too. I think sometimes families can come in and kind of tour the facility and things of that nature.
Absolutely. We'd love to have anyone that's interested in getting involved. I set up tours all the time. Once you see the center, you'll see the amazing things that these kids get to experience. So it's just a great place to be able to get involved with.
Excellent. All right, Julien, thanks so much. Keep up the good work over there. Say hello to everyone for us. Say hello to Patty and the team. And we appreciate everything you're doing in the community for those children.
Thank you so much for having us. As always, we appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. All right, check them out online, childrenscancercenter.org, and they also have their ccchholidaycards.com URL as well that you could visit. And Children's Cancer Center doing a lot of good here in the community, and we always are longtime friends of the program here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about marketing, talking about marketing in 2021. So many people talk about marketing, but they're doing old school stuff. They're doing old school strategies. We're going to talk about some new things, some trends, and things that you may not be aware of here in the Tampa Bay community, things that you have access to with Johnny Falkenburg, Falkenburg Productions here coming up. Also later in the show, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, going to be in studio as well, talk about things happening in the real estate space, some of the trends in that space as well. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
My friends, when choosing a listing agent to sell your home, their track record is critically important. Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. They're consistently rated by the MLS in the top 1% of all Tampa Bay realtors, and that's a big deal. Brandon and Lindsay are always among the top realtors in the state. Call them today at 813-750-0550.
Find them at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
My name is James DeJerome, and I produce the Consumer Quarterback Show for Brandon Rhymes. The Consumer Quarterback Show is a team, a group of like-minded professionals who partner together to provide our audience sound advice, knowledge, and information to make them wiser consumers. We work with all types of business owners and aggressively promote our local economy. We're currently conducting interviews for our expert contributors. If you own a business or know someone who would benefit from the exposure our show provides, please contact us at 813-750-0550 or online at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. And we feature our listing in ways that other real estate companies don't. We've got some great examples here for you. 13204 Fawn Lily Drive. This is a hot property listing that we've got here. East Hillsborough County, gated community, beautiful property, 4,500 plus square feet. This property has 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, plenty of room for a large family. Great opportunity. It's resort-style amenities here in Tampa Bay, and the property is located at 13204 Fawn Lily Drive. Owners motivated. We got an open house coming up this weekend as well. Great opportunity. And here's an opportunity for builders and developers. Anybody looking to double their money, triple their money, make some money here. 12208 Four Oaks Road. Check out this opportunity. It's $1 million property, but you've got 5 acres where you can build 40 units. And we already know that this is a low inventory market. There's not much housing available. So the demand is super strong right now. You've got more buyers than you have sellers right now. So if you buy this land, build, develop, you'll be able to demand a premium for the properties. So check out 12208 Four Oaks Road in Tampa. It's in the heart of Carrollwood, 5 acres for sale right here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And a quick shout out to Discovery Golf Carts, aka Golf Cart Depot, right here in Tampa Bay. You know, for business or recreation, everybody's getting a golf cart. It's a fun time. You go out there and you drive around. You can use it for commercial, residential use. Lots of makes and models as well. They've got the Easy Go, the Star EV, Cushman. They've got new and pre-owned available, rent or buy. They offer financing and mobile repair. Check out Golf Cart Depot, aka Discovery Golf Cars. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, one of my favorite topics here, Jonathan, is I love to talk about marketing. I love to talk about business and especially trends and even micro trends. So you notice with Parlor, there's a trend going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what we saw, especially during this election season, was a bit of a censorship, if you will. You know, we saw that these tech giants, who are now under a lot of scrutiny by Congress, were censoring one side of the political spectrum, and that being the more conservative side. We saw it all across Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so not only is the natural fallout from that scrutiny from the government and them looking into whether or not they should be regulating this type of activity, the other is, of course, the public fallout from this, and conservatives and Republicans that felt that their advertising was stifled, that their message was stifled, that they weren't able to play on a level playing field against their political opponents, are now migrating to Parler. And then for those of you who are not familiar, Parler is a platform very similar to Twitter. So anybody who wants to join, and if you're familiar with Twitter, you have limitations in characters. You can post pictures, you can post videos, but it's primarily a text-based platform. And their selling point right now, their angle is lack of censorship and allowing for free speech. Now,
and the way it should be, in general, it should be that way.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's one of those things where they are saying, well, we're obviously not going to allow for violent speech, right? And we certainly want to keep the public protected, but we also don't want to prohibit people out there who, may have a different point of view. Mm-hmm. If you want to be out there, be a flat earther, then you can be a flat earther. If you want to believe that there is election gerrymandering going on, that there's election fraud, and you want to talk about that and put out those viewpoints, then you go right ahead and do that. And that's the problem is that Facebook, YouTube, and again Twitter have evolved from being platforms, and this is where legally they're starting to get into trouble, into becoming publishers.
Yeah, Candace Owens. Did you see that story?
Exactly.
Yeah. Candace Owens sued, and I'm not sure if they had a decision in that case, but there was definitely some major people are like, wow, she actually got some momentum going. I didn't follow up on where that actually ended up, but it was due to the fact that they were saying, I think she challenged that it was president-elect when he's not president-elect yet.
Right.
Is that what it was?
And that's part of it.
Yeah.
Is that now we're getting to a point where these social media platforms are determining the narrative, and that influence is incredibly powerful. When you're not talking about millions of people, you're talking about billions of people.
Yeah.
And the influence into how this country is perceived, how its politics are handled, how its elections are handled. They wanted to complain about Russia interfering in our elections 4 years ago. I think what these social media platforms did this go round was far worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And you combine that with the polls and it's just really interesting. And then you think about some of the intimidation and stuff. But let's go back to Parlor. So it's an interesting play. What's the count on Parlor? Is Parlor actually? I see that they're growing pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's becoming a place for people who feel that they've been censored, unfairly, that they have been treated unfairly by Facebook, by Twitter. And look, it's not only those on the right. I mean, I've had liberal friends who are suspended on a regular basis from Facebook for just speaking their mind and giving their opinions.
Wow.
And so they feel like, well, if I'm going to be censored constantly and they're going to be monitoring everything I post, well, I'm just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And that kind of a shift is seismic, especially when all these platforms are competing for visibility. They're competing for your attention. And from a marketing standpoint, that's important. And I would say don't dismiss it, whether you agree politically or not with the people who are moving to Parlor.
Right.
From a marketing perspective, to kind of bring it back to the topic, look at, are these folks that I'm trying to reach?
Yeah.
We had Thomas King on, we had Chris Hoffman on from Cleanse Oil in the previous show, and those guys are going after Second Amendment advocates, people who may lean conservative, lean Republican. And so that's going to be a platform where they're going to want to have a presence. And from a marketing standpoint, that's what you want to keep in mind.
Yeah, and by the way, if you just joined us, we're talking with Johnny Falkenburg Productions as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Talk about Parlor and some of the different shifts that you see in marketing and business. And of course, politics is hard to avoid right now. But Dan Bongino, former Secret Service and military, started that. He's one of the partners in that too, isn't he?
Yeah, and again, a lot of the people who made the early transition, and not that they don't have a presence still on some of these other platforms, but now it's saying, hey, if I'm going to be censored and monitored over here, I'm going to go over where I feel a little bit safer to truly express my viewpoints and put out the information that I want to put out to my audience. And so it's not, with rights comes responsibilities as well. And so it's not the Wild West over on Parlor. Again, there are some limitations, but it's not censorship like we saw in terms of political speech. And if you were posting something about COVID-19 or if you were posting something about vaccines, I mean, they were shutting down all kinds of content that people have a right to talk about openly.
Sure.
And so they have now migrated from being platforms to being publishers. And I think that's the biggest mistake these social media platforms are making. And Parler's going to benefit from it. And if you are a marketer and or someone who is looking to reach a very specific audience, I would get in there early and at least look at what they're doing. I mean, there's so many platforms out there. I tell my clients, I said, don't try to do it all, but go to where your audience is at. And at least check it out and see if it's something that you can take advantage of and reach the people that you're trying to reach.
Yeah, create content, create videos, put it out there, answer a question, solve a problem. Lots of real estate right now, hey, can we buy real estate? How does COVID affect the real estate buying process? There's all these different areas that constantly there's ideas of video that you can put out. And video is the number one thing people want to do. They want to sit there and click and sit back and watch. They don't want to read anymore.
No, you're absolutely right. And the truth is that the power has been taken from traditional media. I mean, and not to say that it doesn't have its place. We're doing this show on the radio. And it has a great place, but now it has shifted from the audience coming to this radio station or to a TV station to now we as the content, as the show, we have to go to where the audience is at. And you've been incredibly progressive about that and very smart about making sure that your content is in front of the audience that you're trying to reach.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that. And you're helping us a great deal with that as well, getting the message out there on YouTube. And follow us online. We'd love to connect. Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Consumer Quarterback Show page out there as well. And we've got all the pages as well. Parlor. I just started a Parlor page as well. So thanks so much, Johnny. Falkenburg Productions. Coming up, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing in the house. Very knowledgeable. Of course, all that you want to know about roofing and the real estate industry. We're going to talk about that and more from our expert contributors. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
They built a parking garage, but that's what they're going to use as the car display thing now. I thought, well, people repurposing it.
Chuck, can you hear me?
I can.
Alrighty, thank you.
We good?
Yeah, we are good.
Okay.
And then I may have to call you back.
As people go out of business, they're leaving these buildings open.
Yeah.
People trying to figure out a way that can use that.
Is Johnny ready to go?
Say something again.
All right. How's
Yeah. Got you down.
How's Mary doing?
She's all right. She's freaking sick again.
Oh no.
She got some sinus infection and head cold. And she sounds like
Okay.
crap.
Oh, we're ready.
Oh,
We're rolling. Okay. Jose.
Alrighty, everyone, please stand by.
All right. Third.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top real estate firm here in Tampa Bay, part of the Keller Williams family, which Keller Williams is the #1 real estate company in the world. And we are a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, helping you win buying, selling, or investing. 213 Dogwood Circle is one of our hot property listings that we have here in Tampa Bay. Jonathan can throw that on the screen for me. 213 Dogwood Circle. This is a condo over in Pinellas County. Check out the beautiful views, compliments of Fabre Frameworks, those drone photography, professional photography that we utilize on all of our real estate listings. 1,285 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, and this property has a lot of upgrades as well. Check out that beautiful drone photography for 213 Dogwood Circle right here in Seminole, Pinellas County. 1780 Clearwater Largo Road. This is a property, it's a commercial property priced in the 200s on a corner lot. You got a corner lot. So attention business owners, entrepreneurs, folks that are looking to potentially invest in real estate. You got 2,400 square feet right here at 1780 Clearwater Largo Road. And this property has 2 large bay garage doors that you can open. 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day driving by. Great opportunity to own real estate. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And we're going to help you win in any marketplace. That's the goal of our show. And we're also helping you from a consumer advocate standpoint, helping you understand your buying decisions. This segment is brought to you by Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. And you want to feel energized, hydrated, and replenished, go check out our friends Stephen and Lisa Gunnan at Replenish IV Solutions. Safe and effective way to restore your body's systems, including crucial vitamins and nutrients, enable them to perform at optimal conditions. So you go in, you get hooked up to the IV, the drip, you're getting all those vitamins directly into your bloodstream, so it's not like you're swallowing a bunch of pills and what's actually getting absorbed through the bloodstream or not. This is going directly into the bloodstream. And Replenish IV Solutions, 2 locations here in Tampa Bay. I think they actually have 3 now. Gandy location, Northdale, and they also deliver and drive to your home. They'll send a nurse right to your home. I had that happen when I was fresh out of my surgery. I had them come over, and I had a bag of vitamins injected. So I feel good, and it's going to help you boost your immunity. Replenish IV Solutions, friends of the program here. All right, Chuck Peterson, welcome back to the Consumer Quarterback Show, my friend.
Yeah, lovely weather we're having here in Tampa, right?
Yes, sir.
You looking good, B, by the way. Welcome back.
These cold snaps give me a good opportunity to wear my
all
suits.
Dressed up. I don't know if you radio folks can see, but he's got a suit on today. He's looking spiffy.
Yeah, I got to dress up every now and then, especially during the winter time here. But so it's good things happening. Real estate market still booming.
Yep.
COVID-19. Luckily, we've got a governor in Florida here that kind of lets us do what we need to do. It's free markets, free.
Yep.
Free to roam, so to speak. Roofing is a necessity. Selling real estate, housing is a necessity. It's deemed an essential business.
Correct. Yeah. And I'm sure you guys are just like us. We didn't shut down at any point in time, and we're actually hammered. James and I were talking last week, and it's like we're we're looking for people. We need some sales guys. We need some production guys all over the state. And
there you go.
We're busy.
There you go. If you're listening out there, and you got
if you're a salesman of any type and interested in making some money, you can talk to Brandon first, of course, about real estate, and then you come our way.
Yeah, Chuck can school you into the roofing industry. How many years you been in the industry now, Chuck?
Probably 10.
10 years.
A long time. That's a young man's sport. That group. I'm old.
Well, hey, great opportunity out there. If you're listening, sometimes our business owners say, "Hey, we need help. We need business." So right now you've got an opportunity for salesmen. So salesmen and women. Hey, one of the best places to make money if you can learn how to sell. If you're a hustler, you can go door to door. You can get out there. I'm sure you've got strategies and some lists and things.
I mean, we really help our sales guys out. But we got offices all over the state. As you well know. So
yeah,
if you're a sales guy and like to hustle and like to go, we've got opportunities right now, and our guys are doing really well.
Very good. And then what other than sales staff? What else are you looking for?
Production guys.
Okay.
If you're in the roofing business anywhere and you don't feel like you're getting the respect you need or the money you need or whatever, we'd love to talk to you. We're busy.
Confidential interview.
Oh yeah.
Confidential interview.
Yeah.
Never hurts to explore your options.
No.
Talk to Chuck Peterson,
Yeah,
Suncoast
we're not
Roofing.
calling anybody anything anytime.
Yep, Suncoast Roofing. Longtime friend of the program, consumer advocates. Let's shift gears, talk a little bit about the consumer advocate side, because a lot of people, they get taken advantage of. They get these large deposits, and then the contractor disappears.
Yep, we've talked about it for years after all these hurricanes, and I was in Pensacola a month and a half, 2 months ago. We've got several roofs to do up there, but I'm dealing with one guy. The same thing happened to him. His insurance company gave him a check for about $9,000 or so for his roof, and the lowest estimate that he got was about $14,000. Oh. And he's like, "Do I just have to pay the difference? I'm paying my deductible. Do I have to pay the difference?" We're like, "Well, technically, that's how they're leaving it for you, but we can help you. We can go back to the insurance company. We have guys that do that and attorneys that follow up, and we're set up to take that job on for you and get you the money you're supposed to have gotten."
That's right.
And then you get your roof and you pay your deductible because that's what you're supposed to do. But the insurance company should pay for everything else.
Sometimes you have to fight. That's the thing that happens in business and life. Sometimes you can't just take what the person gives you. You have to fight. You have it. So Chuck has relationships with attorneys, some really good attorneys that are going to. They know this industry specific. They know what the tactics are of the insurance companies for some. Not all of them, but some of them. They want to try to pay that limited amount and just see. Let's see if he'll take it.
Because the insurance company as a whole, I mean, even though they are going to pay, at some point they're going to give you an offer just like you would give somebody buying a car an offer. I mean, they're going to give you a number.
Yeah.
And if you just say yes, then they say thank you.
Exactly.
And you, as a consumer, it's hard to be educated. We talk about being educated about is the company you're dealing with, licensed and insured and all that, and you can check on that as a consumer. Right. But as a consumer, most people have never dealt with their insurance company.
Yeah.
They deal with their insurance agent who's a friend of theirs or goes to church with them or something like that. And the insurance agent said, yeah, these are good guys and they should do the right thing. But until you have a claim and they send you all this paperwork and you're looking through it and going, I got no idea what they're saying.
Exactly.
You don't really know. So,
and then at that point, you're dealing with more of the national people. It's not your local friendly rep.
Once you turn the claim in, your agent is kind of out of the pocket. He doesn't have anything to do with that. So then it goes to the insurance company itself and the adjusters that they send out. And if you don't understand how that works, you're really in a very vulnerable position as a homeowner.
Yeah. Let's talk strategy here, too. So, for example, by the way, Chuck Peterson here on this Consumer Quarterback Show, Suncoast Roofing. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. So when you think about strategy, the homeowner, let's just talk about that interaction. Of course, it's going to be in writing, but let's just simplify it real quick for the the folks out there that may be listening or watching our TV show, the repurposed content. For example, that first offer that comes back, real simple negotiation skills are question it.
Right.
Open-ended questions are your friend.
Right.
So is that the best you can do?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some strategy here. So that would be one right off the bat. Is that the best you can do?
Right.
Go ahead.
You have to read it because it's literally it's not complicated per se, but it's lengthy. Yep. So once you get past page 3, 4, 5, and 6, you're like, holy crap. But you have to ask, is this really the numbers? What are you basing your pricing on?
Yes.
Into my house?
Good.
Because the pricing to get something done in Naples is different than the pricing to get something done in, say, Spring Hill.
Exactly.
Right.
Two completely different market demographics.
Right? Yeah. So, are you pricing my market?
Yeah.
Are you giving me all the things that the codes in Florida require?
Yeah.
Because if you have a hurricane, as we've seen 100 times, and they bring an adjuster in from Georgia or Alabama to look at your roof, there's codes in Florida that are not codes in Georgia or Alabama. So does that adjuster even know what he's supposed to have in there?
Right.
So did they actually include all that?
Yeah.
I would say 80% of the time they do not.
Right.
When people hand us their insurance claims and say, why is your number higher than their number? And we go look through there, there's probably 4 or 5 things I could point to, say, hey, they didn't include this, 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 and this before I even look at it.
Right.
Because it's not that they didn't mean to or they didn't want to or whatever, because the adjuster didn't know. He's not from here, right?
Yes.
So, but if you're the homeowner and you say, okay, well, I got $10,000, I'm happy, and then the guy comes about putting your roof on and it's 13 or 14, now you're not happy.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, because at that point you've already output $2,500, $5,000 or more as a deposit, or
deductible.
Deductible,
right?
And then you got to make up the difference if they're not going to fight for you, or if you don't fight.
Well, the insurance company is so you have to go to somebody who can help you at that point, because how you deal with an insurance company is completely different than how you deal with anybody else. Really, I mean, you have to go back to them with the same language that they would use to show them, and then we have to provide documentation that, hey, this is what the code says.
Right.
This is what the local ordinance requires us to do. This is what the manufacturer says we have to do in order to put that roof back on that you didn't include. Right? So they could call us. We help, hundreds all the time with their insurance claims. We have guys inside that do nothing but roof insurance work. We can't help you with your whole house, stuff. But for the roof, we have really good guys, and we help hundreds of homeowners get that number from $10,000 to $14,000. So that all they do pay is their $2,500 deductible.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they get their roof paid for in full, like it should be, because that's what they're paying for.
Absolutely. All right, more from Chuck Peterson coming up after this quick break. We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to come back and talk about some other sides of the roofing industry, the different types of roofing available, the types of roofs to stay away from, and the ones you might want to pick out more so than others. Also, Michael Jordan donates $2 million from The Last Dance to feed America's hungry. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man, Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the Real Estate Quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253. Check out ConsumerQB.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or PlatinumMVPteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Do it. All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Yeah, right. North Carolina guy. We're talking about Michael Jordan coming up here donating $2 million from The Last Dance to feed America's hungry. Let's jump into our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
Okay, so Jordan donated proceeds from the hit documentary The Last Dance to Feeding America, the nation's largest hunger relief organization. The Last Dance, co-produced by ESPN Films and Netflix, revolved around the career of Michael Jordan with the particular focus on his final season with the Chicago Bulls. The series averaged 6.7 million viewers, very popular series. Now, some proceeds are going toward warm meals for the nation's hungry. Feeding America thanked Jordan for his $2 million gift to the organization. And, quote, in these challenging times, in a year of unimaginable difficulty due to COVID-19, it's important than ever to pause and give thanks. I'm proud to be donating additional proceeds from The Last Dance to Feeding America and its member food banks in the Carolinas and Chicago to help feed America's hungry, Jordan said in a statement. Any commentary there, Chuck?
Well, since I'm a Charlotte guy, MJ's right there at the house, but we were talking about this earlier, and he has done a lot. And even though he has that oversized ego that all superstars have, right?
Yeah.
He's built, I was telling you, he's built 3 or 4 of those urgent care clinics in the lower serviced areas of Charlotte in the past maybe year and a half. He's paid for the whole thing, stopped the bottom, staffed them up. He does a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you don't hear about. That's a big number, so you hear about that, and it's really needed, in this day and time. I mean, you see those food lines, and it's shocking, really, to see those lines down a parking lot, out into the street. People struggling in the economy we're having right now.
Yeah. We fed some homeless folks. I shouldn't say homeless. They were driving up in their cars. I've done that in the past before, but we went to Newport Richie Metropolitan Ministries, and they had a lot of the organizers there said, the same thing, more people. Yeah. I think in that weekend, between that and the Tampa location, 50,000 people. Yeah. And they did it through the COVID compliance. So they had cars coming through. The car would come in. My job, I always wanted to hold one of those signs, so you had a stop and go sign. I always wanted to do that, but I ended up just using my hand signals.
Lifetime dream accomplished.
It came through. But they would come up. We would pop the back or put it in the side, and put the turkeys and the different sides in there, awesome. And then they would drive off. But to see the tears, to see the people that just have had a horrible year. Yeah. A lot of it's self-inflicted, as we talked about yesterday.
Some of it, but some of it is just they're underemployed now. My daughter works in the restaurant industry, and she still works, but the amount of people that actually come out.
Let me rephrase different. Self-employed or self-inflicted. I meant from the government. These lockdowns. Yeah. In my opinion, I was against lockdowns. From the whole time. I just said, wait, we got a 99% survival rate here. What am I missing?
You're missing that if it's your dad and he dies, that's what you're missing.
Yeah, I get it, and that's the less than 1%, and that's going to be there.
And it's been a huge number this year, 200 and something thousand people. And of course, in Florida, we're still clicking a few away a day. You hate to say it that way, but.
Well, my point is that maybe that those folks can stay home, the other people can go out and live, because the suicide rate is super high too. Yeah. The story right here. There's actually one right on my desk. The National Police Agency said suicide rate surged to 2153 in October alone, and this is in Japan, with more than 17,000 people taking their own lives this year to date. CBS reported. By comparison, fewer than 2,000 people in the country have died from COVID-19.
That's crazy in their country.
Yeah, in their country. Yeah, so that they had that more, what do you call it, the Mediterranean diet, the seafood diet, all that stuff. But
it's
interesting.
It's the anxiety for those. I mean, my daughter, she's like I said, luckily, we're able to help her, but she couldn't make it day to day, as an adult. Working in the restaurant industry anymore.
Exactly.
Because the numbers are just down, and they're down everywhere. I mean, you can go in Florida and we're wide open and they're still down.
How many people did you hear that similar story? They owned a business or they had a restaurant, even, in the hospitality industry, where the people were getting, what was it in the beginning, like $650 plus another $250, $850 to stay at home and not work?
Yeah.
They say, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go back to work. I'd rather, have a little part-time gig cash over here doing this or that.
Yeah, but, I mean, that was over in July. So, I mean, now we're talking about just straight up not as many people going. You know what I mean? When you go to Longhorn at night, you're not waiting 35, 45 minutes to get in anymore.
Right.
You're just being able to walk in. So those servers aren't getting that turnover
The table turnover, yes.
Yeah, that they would have got, so the amount of tips that they get, because they don't get paid minimum wage. Their servers don't.
Yeah, they're just a little bit less,
they're
like $5 an hour.
No, it's like $213 or something plus tips. It's
super
really,
low.
Yeah. Now on a regular deal, they're running pretty hard if you're getting a regular thing. But if you're half the turnover that they normally would get, it just affects you.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not just them; it's everybody in the whole business up and down the chain. They're not buying as much food, so the food producers aren't getting as much.
Yep.
It's just tough. It is tough this year.
Yeah, the travel industry, the hospitality, the airline industry got hit,
terrible,
decimated. We just talked with Children's Cancer Center; they got hit hard. The nonprofits.
Yeah.
So we're lucky. We're blessed to be in real estate and roofing, and matters. Businesses that are more essential than others. Which, how do you say which one's essential and not is really tough.
I got that part, but roofing, I'm saying we're deemed essential because if you don't have your roof is off, you probably need somebody to put that one on. So
you got mold in your house, you got rainwater. Yeah, it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
So we talked about before the break. We said, hey, we're going to go through the different roof styles. So let's start with shingles. I think that's the most common.
It is, and it's the best value for your dollar because we always talk about what's if you're going to spend your money as a consumer on the consumer show, right?
Yep.
You're spending it. Shingles are the best value for your dollar. We have 50-year warranties on our shingles from GAF, biggest warranty in the business. So if you're thinking about how do I get the most bang for my buck, shingles is it. Then we have metal roofs that we put on. We have tile roofs. We have the flat deck roofs, over top your lanais, where the old days they made the roof completely flat and the water sits on it.
Yeah.
And now we go up there and put a pitch on it and get the water off your roof where it shouldn't be sitting anyway.
Let gravity do its work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Architects are pretty smart guys, but they were really missing the boat on that one.
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
missed it. I want to go back to something you said. 50-year warranty. I mean,
50 years,
I don't know
right?
if people caught that or not, but that's a long time.
And people always tell me like, "There's no way in Florida they're giving you a 50-year warranty," and I'm like, "Hey, the codes in Florida make your products have to be really well. I mean, that is a plus for having the most stringent codes. It's a negative because our prices are higher than Georgia or Alabama for the same product. Not the same product, but to put a roof on Georgia and Alabama is cheaper than to put one on here because our products are more, our requirements are higher.
Yeah.
We have wind loads that, 155 mile an hour wind loads that you have to be able to put your roof on to withstand.
Yeah.
So that in the end, as a consumer though, as a homeowner, you come out pretty good because your roofs are really, really solid.
Yeah.
So GAF makes a product that they're willing to back for 50 years, and they're the biggest company in the U.S. as far as shingle manufacturers go, and they've been around for 100 years. So I don't think they're stamping their name on the back of that thing, putting it out there if they don't think it'll actually do that.
Right.
So it's a great product, and it's a great warranty, and it's transferable for your realtor folks, right?
That's a big plus.
Yeah. So if they're getting a new roof and they're going to sell their house in 5 years, all they got to do is tell you, hey, we got a GF warranty, and it transfers with a 3x5 index card you mail in.
That's awesome. We're talking with Chuck Peterson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Now, let's give a little shout-out to our friend Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection.
Yeah.
You work with him from time to time. What is a 4-point? What is a wind mitigation?
All right, so a 4-point is they're going to inspect your entire house. They're going to do everything from your electrical plugs, your AC units, your plumbing, all that, all the way up through the roof. A wind mitigation on the other side, when we're done with all the work, it's a wind mitigation is a product for your insurance company.
Yeah.
Okay. The 4-point is for your buyer and seller to decide are there items that have to be, negotiated out or repaired or whatever.
Yeah, which could also in turn affect the insurance.
Absolutely.
Which would affect the mortgage.
Absolutely. So the wind mitigation, Jay does those as well. And they're also, he looks at the roof and the windows and doors and stuff. He's not as technical as a report as a 4-point.
Yeah.
But we do work with Jay a lot because what he'll do is if there's a lot of roof damage, he will, the homeowner asks them, hey, who should we call about these pieces of the puzzle?
Yeah.
We do a lot of the work off of his reports.
Good. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, reach out to Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. You've heard Mary Cernicki on the show. Offer actually free roof inspections.
Yeah.
You still doing that, Chuck?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you got, some type of an issue. This is the time of year to do it.
Yeah. While it's dry.
That's right. It's dry time of year. So reach out to him. Also, all of our other partners are online at consumerqb.com. You can find links there at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors. We've got legal experts, all types of great companies that can help you win in any marketplace, as we say. So, hey, another great show. I want to thank Chuck Peterson. I also want to thank we had Julien Borbon, Children's Cancer Center. Johnny right here in the house as well, talking marketing and helping you win is our goal. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, and follow us online, Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook. And we'll see you next time right here with the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.